I moved back into my childhood home 6 months ago to help my mom after my dad passed away. It's one of those quiet, creaky houses where every floorboard has a memory, and for 25 years I thought I knew every inch of it. My parents were high school sweethearts, the kind of couple people in our town pointed to as the goal. But 3 weeks ago, while I was clearing out the crawl space in the attic to make room for some of my dad's old work crates, I found a small, leather-bound travel journal tucked inside a hollowed-out dictionary. It didn't belong to my dad. It was my mom's, dated from the year before I was born, and the first page sent a chill through me that had nothing to do with the attic draft. The journal wasn't a diary about wedding planning or nesting. It was a detailed log of a life she lived in a city 3 states away under a completely different name. As I flipped through the pages, I realized my homebody mother, who rarely left our county, had been a junior investigator for a corporate law firm. But the emotional twist that made my stomach drop was a folded-up hospital bill tucked into the back cover. It was a receipt for a private medical procedure, a legal name change, and a relocation package. I looked at my own birth certificate later that night and noticed for the first time that the registrar's signature matched the name of the lawyer my mother used to work for. I wasn't born in the local hospital like she always told me. I was born in a city I'd never visited to a woman who was running away from something. I didn't confront her immediately. I spent a week watching her, how she always locked the front door 3 times, how she never let me post photos of her on social media, how she flinched whenever a car she didn't recognize idled too long in front of our driveway. I thought she was just an anxious widow. I didn't realize she was a woman in hiding. Last Sunday, I finally sat her down and put the journal on the kitchen table. She didn't cry, she didn't even look surprised. She just sighed, took off her glasses, and told me the truth. My father, the kind, gentle man who raised me, wasn't the man she was running from. He was the man who helped her disappear. The normal life I'd lived was a carefully constructed witness protection program of her own making. My biological father wasn't a brave soldier who died overseas like the story I grew up with. He was a man with a lot of local power who couldn't handle the word no. When my mom found out she was pregnant and realized he would never let her go, she used her knowledge of the law to erase her existence and start over. My dad, the man I called father, was actually her former boss's brother who agreed to marry her and give me a name to keep us safe. Every family vacation we skipped, every private moment we kept, it wasn't because we were humble. It was because we were invisible. The ending isn't a Hollywood explosion. It's just a quiet, heavy reality. My mom looked at me and said, I gave up my name, my career, and my family so you could grow up in a house where no one was afraid. Was it a lie? Yes, but it was the only way to give you a truth worth living. I realized then that my boring life was actually the greatest gift she could have given me. I'm still living in that house, and we still lock the doors 3 times, but now I know why. I didn't lose my identity, I just found out how much it cost to keep it.